Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and click on the armature and switch to object mode. Go ahead and press the shift key down, click on this cube, click on this axis, click on these two grids, do X and delete. Now go ahead and click on the cube and do Alt G and Alt R to reset the location and rotation. Do Shift C to place the 3D cursor in the center. Now go ahead and do the middle mouse button over here. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and click on this blue ring, do Alt R to reset the rotation. Go to the constraints tab over here. We're going to turn off offset, switch this back to world space in world space. Go ahead and click on this green ring, turn off the offset, do world space, just do Alt R to reset the rotation. And you also want to click on this red ring to make sure that the rotations are set to 0. Do Alt R and make sure that it's world space and world space. Go ahead and click on this object. Now what we're going to do is go under File, do Save As, and save this as a rotation concepts 8.blend. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take a look at this concept of rotation order when we are working with Euler rotations. Go ahead and open this up. Hover your mouse over here. Here it's saying that the rotation order is XYZ. So this means that the object is going to rotate on the X ring first, the Y ring next, and the Z ring last. The X ring is bound to the local x-axis of the object, and the Z ring is bound to the world space z-axis, and then the y-axis is the child of the z-axis, right? And the x-axis is the child of the y-axis. So this is the parent-child relationship. Now hover your mouse over here. Now here you can see that the rotation order is going to be z by x. So now the object is going to rotate on the z-axis first, the y-axis next, and then the x-axis last. So in this case, the z-axis is now going to become the local z-axis of the object, and the x-axis will be the world space x-axis. Now the y is going to be the child of the x-axis, and the z-axis will be the child of the y-axis, right? We're talking about the ring-based system. So we're going to see how this impacts our object. Go ahead and make sure that this is set on XYZ on this cube. Go ahead and click this and press the I key and capture the rotation. Go ahead and go to frame 50, and over here we're just going to change this by hand. We're going to type in 30 and enter, and here on the Z we'll just type in 20 and enter. So this is going to be the ending orientation of your object when we are using this rotation order. Go ahead and press the I key and capture the rotation. Go over here and open up the graph editor. Here you can see that once you've captured the XYZ Euler rotations, that data is going to be used by any of these configurations, right? You don't have to create that data again. So now what I want you to do is go ahead and switch this to ZYX. You will see that the object is going to shift. The data is exactly the same, but the object is going to behave differently. Now we're going to take a look at why this is, right? So here what I want you to do is click this and close this. Now of course the object is going to behave differently is because the ring system is different. So here to understand this, what we have to do is take a look at what the ring system is doing. So here if we can see that the z-axis is now bound to the local z-axis of this object. So now we have to click on this z-ring to see what's actually going on internally. Go ahead and now click on all these axes. Now this is really important because we've changed the Euler rotation configuration for this object. When we are doing copy rotation, we also have to make sure that this object's Euler rotation mode is the same. Otherwise the copy rotation is not going to behave correctly the way we want it to. So now we're going to click on this Y ring and of course flip these, right? Because now the X is global. So we're going to click on X and turn this off. And of course we have to switch this to ZYX. You can see that how this impacts the Y ring, just changing it. Go ahead and click on this X ring. And here we're going to turn these off because now the X is the rolled X axis. And of course we have to click this and switch this back to ZYX. Now click on this object. Now if you scrub through this, you can see that on each frame the object is rotating on the Z axis first and then the X axis last. So this is why it ends up in this configuration. Okay, so now if you go ahead and flip this back to XYZ, you will see that why it ends up in this orientation is because it's rotating on the X ring first and then the Z ring last. So go ahead and click this, switch this back to XYZ, and over here we're going to simply turn these off. Go ahead and click on the Y ring, switch this back to XYZ, and go ahead and click on Z and turn this off. Click on the X ring and go ahead and switch this to XYZ, and here we're going to go ahead and click on all of these because now this is again going back to the local x-axis of the object. Now when you scrub through this, it will still work just fine. Remember, at any time you can click on this object and switch this to gimbal to confirm that the ring-based system for you is working, right? So you have to click this to just match it like this. So that's how that concept is going to work. So let's go ahead and do Alt-R to reset the rotation. Go ahead and open this up and do clear animation data. Now go under File and let's go ahead and just save this file. Okay, so now that you have seen how we can work with rotation order, I want you to go ahead and press the 7 key to go to your top view and go ahead and zoom out to shift middle mouse button and to pan over here. Now press the A key to select everything, do shift D to duplicate. You can press the control key down and let's say put it over here. Go ahead and now press the A key to select everything, do shift D to duplicate. Press the control key down and put this over here. Do shift D to duplicate, press the control key down and put this one over here, right? So what I want you to do is go ahead and click on this object and make sure that this is set to X, Y, Z. Go ahead and click on this object and make sure that this is set on X, Z, Y. Go ahead and click this and we're going to change this to Y, X, Z. Go ahead and click this one, and here we're going to change this to YZX. Go ahead and click on this. We're going to change this to ZXY, and over here let's go ahead and change this to ZYX. Okay, so now of course this means that we have to go ahead and make sure that all the rings match, right? So this of course is XYZ, so we know that this is correct, XYZ, XYZ, and XYZ. Now on this one, we did XZY, so we're going to change this to XZY, click on this, change this to XZY, click on this, and change this to XZY. Okay, so now if the configuration for this is XZY, we already know that the X is going to be local, right? So we know that this is correct, XZY. And now the Y is global. So here we're going to uncheck this. Now when we look at this one, because this is internal, we're now just going to click on this, right? So now if you click on this object and actually make sure that the gimbal is enabled, now when you press the R key 2 times to rotate this object kind of like this, you want to just make sure that the gimbal is matching your setup for this ring-based system so it works. We're going to do Alt-R to reset that. Now let's take a look at this. So here we're saying that this is going to be y, x, z. So go ahead and click on this. Let's change this to y, x, z. Click on this, change this to y, x, z. Click on this and change this to y, x, z. So let's take a look at who the local is. The local is y. So we know that all we have to do is click on this y and just make sure that all three are checked. That's easy. Now the global here is going to be z, so we're going to go ahead and click on this ring, and this should only be z, right? So here we're going to just confirm that this is y, x, z. This one is y, x, z, and here this x is going to now be the x in z. Okay, now go ahead and press the R key 2 times to just rotate this to confirm that the ring-based system is matching these rings that we've set up. Do Alt R to reset the rotation. Now let's take a look at this. This is set on y, z, x. So here we're going to change this to y, z, x. Click on this and change this to y, z, x. Click on this and change this to y, z, x. Now the first thing is, let's go find the one that is the local. So again, that's y, which is this ring over here for y, z, x. So we know that we have to just click on all of them. X is a global. Go ahead and click this, and this is just going to be global. And over here, the z is going to be the middle axis. So here we would have to do z and x. Go ahead and click this and press the R key 2 times to rotate this, just to confirm that everything is set up correctly. That looks fine. Press the 7 key to Alt R to reset the rotation. Now let's take a look at this one. This is set on z, x, and y. So let's go ahead and change this to zxy. Click on this and change this to zxy. Click on this and change this to zxy. Now first let's go find the local, which is z. We know that that's easy. Go ahead and turn on all of these. Now let's go find the global, which is y. Click on this and just make sure that y is selected. Now the middle one is x, so we know that, okay, it's going to be basically be x and y. Click on this and press the R key 2 times to just rotate, and here we're just going to confirm that the ring-based system is correct, which it is. Do Alt R to reset the rotation. And now lastly, go ahead and click on this, and this is going to be ZYX, which I believe is different. Yep, ZYX. Go ahead and click this. Change this to ZYX. Click on this. This should be ZYX. And over here, this should be ZYX. Let's go find the local, which is Z, which is this. We know that we just have to click on all three. X is global, so all we have to do is uncheck all these, only show the X. Y is the middle, so over here, we're just going to do Y and X over here. Click on this and press the R key 2 times to rotate this to confirm with the gimbal that your ring system is matching. Do Alt R to reset the rotation. Now we can just go ahead and just position this like this, and A to deselect everything. And here, let's just go under File, do Save As, and let's save this as a rotation concepts 9.blend. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.